Hi everybody, this is Sir Whooper and I've got a UU match for you today against some guy on PO. As you can see from my team, I've got two really fucking bulky things, Dusclops and Registeel. I don't think either of them are like dedicated defences, just mixed, because they don't really need it, they're both bulky as hell, especially Dusclops with the Violite. Dusclops is a Rest Talk with Will-O-Wisp Nightshade, Sharpedo is just speed boost, standard set really. Yanmega again, speed boost, because I like speed boost, it's great. Chandelure is the sub 3 attacker from last episode, and the Heracross is new, but I'll explain that when it starts doing things. Anyway, his team, bulky Swampert, probably physically defensive. Looking at the rest of his team, Vileplume is probably the special defensive wall. He's got Honchkrow, that could be banded, could just be substitute 3 attacks. Raikou is special, could be Specs, Scarf, could be Calm Mind, probably Specs or Scarf. Just looking at it. Machamp's most likely a bulky set with maybe, I don't know, substitute Dynamic Punch, or it could be a Guts one, which would be a pain. And the Relicanth could well be Choice Banded. Now, if the Relicanth's Choice Banded, well, it could be Rock Polish as well, actually. Anyway, that'll all start in a sec, and yeah, let's see how I do. So, in we go. And I lead out with Yanmega because speed boost, and I thought he was going to lead out with Swampert, so I could just Giga Drain that straight off the bat. So he goes into Honchkrow, which doesn't take that very well at all. Like Yanmega, that's not even stab, and that's what, like 80 base power, I think, Giga Drain? I don't know. I know it used to be 60, but then it got buffed in Black White. So he goes for superpower. Don't really care, to be honest. It's not a huge issue. I believe I just go for Air Slash this turn just to get some damage on him, and knowing that I 4 times with just superpower. But he goes into his Vileplume, and I am utterly fine with that because that's an easy one hit. Well, I suppose it's not an easy one hit KO, but it does OHKO it, which is ideal. I just go for Bug Buzz, kind of knowing that he's going to Thunderbolt me, but I want to see what build of Raikou he is. And I believe we see that he's a Life Orb set, so that's alright then. I bring in Sharpedo, just because I know that I can protect, then outspeed him, and he brings in Swampert. I can't do anything really with Sharpedo while Swampert's around, because Swampert is bulky as fuck, basically. So Dusclops comes in, and I'm like, I can just Will-O-Wisp this thing, it'll be ideal. He goes for a Stealth Rocks, and yeah, I go for the Will-O-Wisp, and I believe I hit the Raikou. He's got his Rocks up now, but that doesn't really come into play too much, because I've already sacked my Yanmega, so that was the only thing that was really affected by them. Anyway, I bring in Boop Boop, my Registeel, because that's the noise he always makes in the anime. And I believe I just go for Stealth Rocks this turn after taking a Thunderbolt. That did a lot as well. Life Orb Raikou is not to be messed around with. I can take an Earthquake, I know it. So I stay in, set up the Stealth Rocks, and I'm not really sure what I do here. I go for Protect, just to get some leftovers back, and he just goes for another Earthquake, trying to finish me off. And I believe I'm going to switch out this turn. Oh no, I just go for the Seismic Toss. Well, obviously I didn't think Registeel was that important, but he roars me out expecting me to switch. I go into Dusclops, so that's interesting, because I can Will-O-Wisp him this turn. And I actually hit Will-O-Wisps this game. Like, I had a game just before this one where I missed, I swear to God, like 3 Will-O-Wisps in a row. It's fucking insane. I was in hell. Anyway, so I bring in my Heracross, my Not a Fighter. You can't really see it on the Animator, but it is shiny and female, which is why it's called Not a Fighter, because it's got a love heart on its face. And I go for Close Combat as he goes for Yawn. Now, you might wonder why I'm staying in when he yawns, and he definitely wondered, because he goes for Yawn as well. However, I get put to sleep this turn, having close combated him, and I go for the Sleep Talk, because this set is a Sleep Talk, 2 attacks, Heracross, and the Sleep Talk, Guts, obviously. And yeah, it's pretty damn impressive, to be honest. It doesn't really do much, this battle, other than get rid of Swampert, but yeah. I should have stayed in here and just Sleep Talked, but I didn't want to risk getting the Stone Edge and probably not KOing Relicanth. And also, I didn't know what set he was, and if he was Choice Banded Head Smash, then that would have gotten rid of me. Anyway, he goes to the Rock Polish as I switch into Dusclops. I know I can take one of them, and I believe I hit my Will-O-Wisp again, which is just phenomenal. Like, I didn't miss any, I don't think, this match, which is just perfect. Because that Relicanth's now crippled, I don't care how fast it is now, it can't really do anything. And I just go for Rest, because I like having full HP on my Dusclops. So I have 2 Rest Talkers on this team as well as 2 Speed Boost users. On second thoughts, it's probably not a really very balanced team at all. I've got like 4 hyper offensive Pokemon and then 2 rest bulky motherfuckers. Anyway, this was retarded. I go for Sleep Talk, get Rest. This is when my luck starts biting me back in the ass. I go for Sleep Talk again, get another Rest. and he night slashes me, and then because I wasn't really paying attention at this point, I wake up and I go for sleep talk, and I'm just like, well, I'm retarded. I could have just will-o-wisped him, and that would have been a whole bunch of pain out of the way. Now, judging by that damage, he might be choice banded. Either way, I'm going to go into Sharpedo, knowing I can just protect and outspeed. He brings in Machamp, and I can't really do much while this is around either, because it's bulky as all hell. So I predict him to Dynamic Punch me, probably expecting me to switch into Red Steel or something. And so I go into Chandler, and yeah, that works out nicely. I wanted to see if he had Payback or Stone Edge, so I'd go for the substitute. Turns out that he has Payback. I probably should have just Fire Blasted, to be honest, but I go for it this turn. It does a lot, but 93% is good. But yeah, he finishes with me off with the Payback, but that's really all I needed. I just needed to get this thing down to a point where I could definitely KO it with Waterfall. So I can bring in Sharpedo. If he does have priority, it'll only be Bullet Punch, so I'm not really too bothered about that, because I resist it, and it's unstabbed and all that kind of good things. And I get my speed boost, and Relicanth comes in, and I believe I just get a crit with Earthquake. I'm not sure if that mattered, I didn't really calc it, but he was burnt, so there's probably not a whole lot he could have done to me. So speed boost happens, and Honchkrow comes in. That thing's just going to get finished off with a Waterfall. But I protected first, just to make sure he didn't have Sucker Punch, because that would have been fairly obvious. Are you serious, laptop? Nah, it would have been fairly obvious to me. Yeah, my laptop just tried killing itself. But yeah, so he actually rage quit after I protected, because he just thought I was being a dick. But no, I just wanted to scout to see if he had Sucker Punch, because that could have been a pain. Especially if he was banded, it would have taken me out, I'd imagine. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good things. Bit of credit to HydreigonMaster 365 for helping me come up with the Heracross set. And yeah, it's all good. See you guys later.